Just wondering how confident you are the man spending that money will be Arsene Wenger, because as everyone knows, he hasn't signed a contract yet, and ask Bjorn as well. Yeah, can you give us an update, and a good one?
Well, we've always supported Arsene. The board has always been completely behind him, as has Stan Kroenke. And Arsene has always been committed to this football club. So we are comfortable in the position, relaxed about it. As I've said before, Arsene will be extending with us, and at the right time we'll make that announcement.
Ivan, you mentioned the money being available from this coming summer. Will that be available for player recruitment and transfers on the footballing side of things?
Yeah, well, one of our long-term goals has been to increase our commercial revenues, and there's a football reason for that. It's to be able to invest that in our squad. So this is a very important step in terms of our progression on the pitch. And as we look from this summer onwards, that money will be available to the manager to use in the way that he thinks best. I think it's a validation, John, of the things that we're doing right. We are in a challenging environment. We certainly see the escalation in transfer fees and in player salaries. Our club has walked an independent path of standing on our own 2 feet and thinking long-term about our progression. And this is a validation of that approach. We are delighted to be partnering with an organisation that saw the vision of what we're doing and believed in it. And we think this is going to be very exciting for us to be able to work together. I think we're stronger together, and as we look forward, we as a football club are certainly moving forward, not just off the pitch, but more importantly on the pitch.
So these are certainly exciting times for the club. You smashed your transfer record last year to bring in Mesut Ozil. You've shut a club record deal today. You're saying now Arsenal hopefully will extend his deal. Do you believe now that Arsenal have got the resources now to compete with the big clubs like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and your colleague said hoping that Arsenal will be defending the Premier League title come the summer? Do the Arsenal board have that belief now?
Well, we have a vision to be competing at the top of the world's game. We're doing an enormous amount in the club, which is transformational towards that vision. We don't get there overnight. We're not where we want to be yet, but certainly that's where we want to be. We want to be competing with the best clubs in the world, and that's always been the vision. It's been challenging along the way, and there'll be lots of challenges as we look forward as well. But we're doing it our way. We're doing it without relying on any single individual. We're doing it through an independent path. It's not easy. It subjects us to criticism along the way, and I don't pretend we get all of the decisions we make right. We make mistakes just like everybody else, but I do think that when we look around us and we're in this stadium today and we think about how much this club has progressed, not from outside benefaction, not from state funding, but through really the efforts and energies of people who love this football club. Everything we've built, everything we represent comes from people who love this club. I think that's something very special, and when we do achieve success, it's going to be incredibly meaningful to everybody that has been along this journey, and let's hope we can get there as soon as possible. We're trying to do it faster, and Puma gives us a little bit of an extra acceleration.
The club's fans carried a lot of the financial burden while the commercial revenues weren't as high as they are now. Will this deal impact upon ticket prices at all?
Well, we've been explicit in saying that as a club we've been very dependent on our ticket prices through the move to the new stadium. And it's important for us to diversify our revenue streams and expand. Broadcast expands, if you like, on its own, and we don't control that, but certainly to expand our commercial revenue base. And this does that and helps us take a further step down that road. More globally for football, I think what we hope to see looking forward is more responsible spending in the game. I think if that happens and we produce a more rational environment, that begins to take pressure off ticket pricing. So we're looking forward to UEFA and financial fair play. We remain healthy skeptics about that, You know, I had lunch with Michel Platini this week, and he continues to assure everybody that's concerned about this in the game that we will see positive enforcement from UEFA. And I think if that happens, it takes a little bit of the edge off the relentless spiraling that we see in spending, and that begins to open up possibilities in terms of the relationship that we have with our fans, which is critical for every football club, but more broadly, not just for Arsenal, but for all football clubs.